Ever tried chicken katsu with creamy slaw? No? Well, today is your lucky day. Welcome to Mastery in Minutes, the platform that helps you master basic skills in the shortest possible time. A perfectly crunchy, golden brown breaded chicken cutlet paired with a side of tangy creamy slaw. This is chicken katsu with creamy slaw, a dish that hails from Japan but has found its way into the hearts and kitchens of food lovers worldwide. The secret behind its global appeal? Its unique combination of textures and flavors. The chicken, coated in crispy panko breadcrumbs, provides a satisfying crunch, while the tender meat inside simply melts in your mouth. Pair this with the creamy slaw, a delightful mix of crisp cabbage and carrots in a tangy, creamy dressing, and you've got a match made in culinary heaven. This dish is a delightful contrast of textures and flavors, a testament to the beauty of simplicity in cooking. Now, who's ready to unravel the mystery of making chicken katsu with creamy slaw? A masterpiece begins with the right components, so let's start by gathering our ingredients. First, let's focus on our star of the show, the chicken katsu. For this, you'll need boneless chicken breasts. The beauty of this ingredient lies in its versatility and its ability to soak up all the flavors we're going to introduce. Now, for the batter, we'll need plain flour, eggs, and Japanese panko breadcrumbs. These breadcrumbs are unique because of their light, airy, and crispy texture, which gives our chicken katsu its signature crunch. If you can't find panko, regular breadcrumbs can be a decent substitute, though the texture might slightly differ. Moving on to our seasonings, we'll need salt, pepper, and garlic powder to keep things simple yet tasty. However, feel free to play around with your favorite spices. After all, cooking is all about personalizing to your taste. Next, we'll need vegetable oil for frying. It's light, has a high smoke point, and doesn't overpower the chicken's flavor. If you're health conscious, you could opt for a healthier frying oil like avocado or coconut oil. Now let's turn our attention to the creamy slaw. This slaw isn't just a side dish, it's a delightful medley of crunch and creaminess that complements the crispy chicken katsu beautifully. For the slaw, you'll need a mix of red cabbage, carrots, and spring onions. Each of these vegetables adds a unique crunch and color, making our slaw not just tasty, but visually appealing too. The dressing is what brings our slaw together. We'll need mayonnaise, apple cider vinegar, and a dash of sugar. The mayo adds creaminess, the vinegar brings a tangy kick, and the sugar balances it all with a touch of sweetness. And there you have it, all the ingredients we need to create our mouth-watering chicken katsu with creamy slaw. Remember, the quality of your ingredients will directly impact the taste of your final dish. So choose wisely and don't be afraid to experiment with flavors. All set? Brilliant. Now it's time to dive into the cooking process. Chicken katsu is more than just fried chicken. It's a culinary delight that requires precision and patience. The process begins with marination, a vital step that infuses the chicken with flavor and tenderizes the meat. Start by slicing the chicken breast into thin, uniform pieces. Then, in a bowl, combine soy sauce, garlic, ginger, and a dash of sake. Submerge the chicken slices in this aromatic mixture and let them marinate for at least 30 minutes. While the chicken is soaking up those flavors, let's move on to the breading. We'll be using panko breadcrumbs, which are known for their light, airy texture that gives chicken katsu its signature crunch. To this, add a pinch of salt and pepper for an added flavor kick. Next, it's time to bread the chicken, but before that, we'll need a binding agent. Beat a couple of eggs in a bowl. This will help the breadcrumbs adhere to the chicken. Now, dip each marinated chicken slice first into the beaten eggs, making sure it's well coated, and then dredge it through the breadcrumb mixture. Ensure each piece is thoroughly covered with breadcrumbs. Now comes the exciting part, frying. Heat oil in a deep pan until it reaches the perfect temperature for deep frying. A good gauge is when a breadcrumb dropped in sizzles and turns golden within a few seconds. Carefully lower the breaded chicken pieces into the hot oil. Fry them until they're a beautiful golden brown on all sides. Remember, the chicken is thin, so it won't take long to cook through. Once your chicken pieces are fried to perfection, remove them from the oil and place them on a paper towel-lined plate to drain any excess oil. Let them rest for a couple of minutes. This not only helps to reduce the oiliness, but also allows the juices to redistribute, making your chicken katsu even more succulent. And voila! You've successfully prepared chicken katsu. Now let's move on to the creamy slaw. Complementing the crunchy chicken katsu, we have our creamy slaw. Ready to whip it up? The Creamy Slaw is the perfect companion to our crispy chicken katsu, providing a refreshing, tangy contrast to the rich, deep-fried goodness of the chicken. The beauty of this slaw lies in its simplicity and its versatility. You can use it as a side dish, a topping, or even as a salad on its own. The backbone of our slaw is cabbage, a vegetable that is as humble as it is healthy. It's the crunch factor in our slaw. To this, we're going to add some finely sliced red onion and shredded carrots, introducing a pop of color and an extra layer of texture. Now let's talk about the star of our slaw, the creamy dressing. This is where the magic happens, where the individual ingredients are transformed into a cohesive, delectable whole. Our dressing is a delightful blend of mayonnaise, apple cider vinegar, a dash of sugar, and a sprinkle of salt and pepper. The mayonnaise brings in the creaminess, while the apple cider vinegar gives it that much-needed tang. The sugar balances out the acidity, and the salt and pepper bring out the flavors of the other ingredients. Making the slaw is as straightforward as it gets. In a large bowl, combine the cabbage, onions, and carrots. In another bowl, whisk together the dressing ingredients until they're well blended. Then pour the dressing over the vegetables and give it a good toss. Make sure that every bit of the cabbage, onions, and carrots is coated in the creamy dressing. This is a crucial step as it ensures that every bite of the slaw is bursting with flavor. Once it's well tossed, you can either serve it immediately or let it chill in the fridge for a bit. The chilling allows the flavors to meld together and the slaw to become even more delicious. There you have it, a fresh, crunchy, and creamy slaw. Now let's bring it all together. Now it's time for the final act, assembling our chicken katsu with creamy slaw. Assembling a dish is much like piecing together a jigsaw puzzle. Each component, each flavor, each texture has its place. And when they come together in perfect harmony, the result is nothing short of a culinary masterpiece. To assemble our dish, we'll start with a generous bed of the creamy slaw. This isn't just for aesthetics, it provides a barrier between the hot chicken katsu and the plate, maintaining the crispiness of the chicken. Next, we place our golden brown chicken katsu atop the slaw. The contrast of colors, the creamy white and the deep golden brown, makes for an appealing sight. But we're not done yet. Now let's drizzle on that tangy sweet sauce we made earlier. A zigzag pattern across the chicken adds a nice touch. It's the crowning glory of our chicken katsu, adding another layer of flavor and making the dish even more visually enticing. But we're not just about the main elements here. It's the little details that take a dish from good to great. A sprinkle of sesame seeds for a slight crunch, a scattering of finely chopped spring onions for a pop of green, and a side of pickled ginger for a tangy kick. You see, garnishing isn't merely about making your dish look pretty. It's about adding those final touches of flavor that tie the whole dish together. And let's not forget the importance of the dishware itself. A simple, clean white plate allows the colors of our dish to really shine. It's like a canvas, and your food is the art. So take a moment to admire your handiwork, the combination of textures, colors, and flavors, all perfectly balanced and ready to delight the senses. And there you have it, chicken katsu with creamy slaw, a dish that will certainly be a crowd pleaser. And remember, the joy of cooking doesn't just lie in the eating, but also in the creating. So savor the process and, most importantly, enjoy your meal. Before we bid adieu, let's quickly summarize what we've learned today. We've embarked on a culinary adventure to the heart of Japanese cuisine, creating a delightful chicken katsu with creamy slaw. Remember, gathering fresh, quality ingredients is the first step towards a successful dish. For our chicken katsu, we marinated the chicken in a blend of spices before breading it in panko breadcrumbs for that extra crunch. A quick fry until golden brown, and voila, our katsu is ready. Next, we whipped up a creamy, tangy slaw. Fresh vegetables, a dollop of mayonnaise, a squeeze of lemon, and a dash of vinegar brought together a symphony of flavors. The final step, assembling the dish, is where our efforts came to fruition. The crispy chicken katsu paired with the cool, creamy slaw creates a balance of textures and flavors that is simply irresistible. Enjoy your chicken katsu with creamy slaw, and remember, every meal is a culinary journey. If you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and share it with family and friends. See you in our next video.